you can't take a woman after certain guys because you don't want to have to deal with that person. For you to take her on, you're taking on her, him, his crew, all of that. And I don't think women think about that, like who they get pregnant by. Like it's that is a deal breaker for especially elite guys or any guy that is of any type of value. That's a definite deal breaker. 100% correct. I just don't.
Now, we all know that's a deal breaker relationship wise, but there's a thin line you walk when you decide to bring these women into your environment in any way. I don't even go where these women hang. You know what I mean? That's how come, man. There's certain environments that I will invite it to at certain times, man, on multiple platforms, man, where these women hang out, and I just refuse to go. It's not. I don't deal with those women in real life, so I can't cross the line to deal with them in that way because I just don't like them in my presence. But if you're gonna take that chance and deal with them in that way, you still got to remember she is who she is. No matter whether you're dealing with her in an intimate way or trying to smash her or dealing with her on a personal level or if it's just business, you have to understand that a hoe is a hoe. So no matter what, you got to stay in the pimp perspective. You got to stay in it. So let's watch this first clip where Goldie's gonna describe her to her in a macalicious way, which shows that he understands who she's dealing with. But when you're around this kind of woman, you got to make sure you don't allow her to pull you down to her level. And we'll discuss that more in a minute right here. So let's check it out.
What do you think is wrong with most of these bitches? Like, what's the number one thing that makes these bitches just unlikable?
They've been fucking with so many niggas that want to fuck them so bad that they've never told them about themselves. They don't tell them about nothing about themselves. So a woman go through life completely oblivious to all their flaws. So then they get with me and I try to tell them something. They like, oh, you mean? No, I'm just telling you something because I ain't just trying to fuck you. These dudes was just don't want to tell you that because they want to fuck you and they don't want to have you leave because they tell you something. These women are oblivious. It's like a spoiled child. You give a child everything they want. Don't never tell them they wrong. What do they grow up to be? A degenerate. So most of these women grow up to be degenerates because nobody ever told them nothing, reprimanded them for nothing. A woman say something stupid, nobody say nothing. She has bad jokes, people still laugh. She do the wrong thing, nobody say nothing because everybody want to fuck them. So these women grow up so oblivious, it's just they're damn near retarded.
And you think that you're the one that humble him?
I think he said just bring it to light to show them. Like,
I think that you're the one.
Admit it. Like,
I could care less what women do. All I care about is the woman that's fucking with me. What's she doing? And I'm picking a woman who got the right characteristics. I give a fuck what these women do out here. They can do whatever they want. I'm just making an observation. I meet these women. They're retarded.
So paint the picture.
That's the game. You have to understand that when I meet a woman, I agree with Goldie 100%. When I meet a woman, I know the chances of her having met a man like me before are slim and none. And Slim just got taken off in the paddy wagon. You understand me? There ain't no chance that she's met a man like me who's going to hold her to task, who's going to have requirements of her where she ain't just got to show up, where she can't just be fine and look good and show up. That's just not how it's going to go. Something as simple as, man, if I'm dealing with a chick, man, and she coming to visit me, man, if she gonna cook for me, she gonna stop at the grocery store on her way. She can't even cook my food. She got to stop at the grocery store on her way. You know what I mean? Just little small things like that, because whatever else we're doing, it always be on me. You know what I mean? So when it comes to that, little small things like that, just to know, remind the woman that she got to invest something just into being in your presence. And if you're dealing with a woman who don't want to invest something just into being in your presence, she's one of these degenerates that Goldie is talking about. Now that's Celina Powell sitting in the corner over there in the white. You really can't see her face over there, but you can see her pants, leg, and her foot, and a little bit of her face and her arms and all of that. Now I want you to understand something. He's describing her to her. And you got to think about it. He's not the mistake he's gonna make is he's gonna forget who she is and treat her like a regular podcast guest and get drawn out of frame because he let it slip one time in his mind that she's one of the degenerates he's talking about. And let me tell you 3 things you can't do with a degenerate. I'll tell you that after we watch this clip where this exchange takes place. And I want y'all to know something, man. I want to thank Goldie for putting himself out there like this, man, being on Front Street, doing these podcasts with these chicks, man, so we could have an example of how easy it is to just get popped off frame for just a second, And that's all it takes, man. So let's check it out.
No nigga who really established don't
Okay,
fuck with
but
you.
wait.
That's what I'm saying, and I stand on that. But
You
it's
just
low
trying to shit
status
on me
dudes,
live,
that's why they
bitch?
need
Are
you
you
for
cool?
status. Low
Are you
status
cool?
men need
Bitch,
you for
I'll fuck up
status.
this whole house before I leave outside.
Now, he told her low status men need you for status. Now already, this exchange should have stopped already because she called the man a bitch. That should have stopped. This whole exchange would have been over. At that point, I just would let the broad talk because I knew I would have known she was in this evil space in her brain where she wasn't talking to me, she was talking at me. So once the broad started hurling insults, hey man, to keep it from going to a point where you get physical or you get riled up and you start going back and forth in the same tone, I would have nipped it in the bud right there. So we're going to rewind this, and I want y'all to listen to what she's saying to him. Her voice is a little bit lower than his, but I want y'all to listen. This is the stopping point for a woman.
I ain't gonna fuck up nothing in here.
I promise you I will.
Maybe
Let's
it's time
find
for us
out
to
then.
leave.
Yeah,
Let's find out.
let you know who I really am in this
I don't give a
motherfucker.
fuck. Let's find out.
Hey,
Let's
this shit gonna
find
get tore
out.
up in here.
Let's find out.
Do what you
Let's
does
do
then.
it.
Okay.
Do
I
what you
swear to
does.
God.
Right.
I swear to God. Let's find out.
Listen, do what you does.
You
You better let her know who I am in here for real.
I don't give a fuck who you are.
Listen, all right, well,
I
do
don't
what you
give a
does
fuck.
then.
I don't
Do
give
what
a
you
fuck.
motherfucking does
And I
then.
will.
Ain't
And I
nobody
will.
know who the fuck you
And I
talking to.
will.
You don't know who the fuck you talking to.
Thank you.
Do what the fuck you does then, bitch. I wish you would come
And
in
I
my
will.
motherfucking house and turn some shit up.
I
See how that
will.
motherfucking go for you though.
And I will.
Do it.
You can't.
Then motherfucking
You
do
can't.
it then. You
And
talk
you
about
can't.
what you gonna do.
And you
Then
can't.
motherfucking do it.
No, you
and I'll
can't.
show you who I am for
And
real.
you can't. Who are you?
Hey,
You just trying to call me.
You want talking.
You just trying to
You
call me a
the one
prostitute.
talking. You
You
the one
just trying
talking, bitch. I swear to
Well,
motherfucking God.
No.
Go ahead then.
You just trying to call me a prostitute.
Bitch,
You just
I
trying
ain't
to call
saying
me a
none of that.
prostitute.
But do what you said
You
though,
can even
and
do
I'm gonna
that.
show you in
No.
Milan and let you know who I really
I
am though.
promise you I'm not Layla. I promise you I'm not Layla. I would never. No.
Now, right there, you see how he stopped and started looking at his phone? That should have been his last words to the broad. He already went too far with the broad. He should have this was his recovery point. He chilled, he recovered, he was in his phone, he should just stayed there the rest of the time. And we would have been able to see just how toxic a woman is when she's that type of degenerate, where she'll just go on and on and on and on by herself. And she would have got angrier and angrier because he wasn't responding. And when I first saw the clip, I thought he was going to stop right here, but he didn't tune her out. You got to remember, right now, you're talking to that degenerate that you said. You got to just ignore her. She's a degenerate. You know what I'm saying? At this point, you learned this as a kid. When somebody talking crazy like that, you just put your fingers in your ears and say, that's the mindset that you got. And I thought he was going to do that, but she kept talking, and she hit her nerves. You know what she did? She went from being the victor to the victim. Watch how this goes.
Oh, you can't call me a prostitute.
I
in front
never
of all
said
these
you
women.
was a prostitute.
I
You
don't give a
tripping
fuck
because you
what you
drunk
call.
right now. I never
not
told you
drunk.
that.
I'm
I
not
tried
drunk.
to give you your props, but
I'm
now
not
you're
drunk.
talking crazy.
You never gave me my props, bitch.
Oh,
You
my
never
good, I
gave me my
did.
props.
And you keep calling me out my name, and I'm
I
letting it
don't
fly.
give a fuck
Just
who
get your
you are.
fat here, Milan.
You keep calling me out my name. No, I don't give a fuck.
Right there. You keep calling me out my name and I'm letting it slide. You can't let it slide. You can't let it slide. You know, I see Blackstreet saying, and she got calm after he got fired up, but she's still calling him a beto. That ain't calm. You can't let a woman energy just because she calmed down. Yeah, she knows she done stoked the fire, but she's still talking crazy and you still responding. Once the woman start talking crazy, man, you got to shut down all communication with the broad. You understand me? It's the equivalent of putting a woman on ice that's in your life. Now, I'm not saying that every man this is an easy thing to do. This isn't an easy thing to do because you got to remember, you got to deal with her the same way you deal with your broads, but she not your broad. So it's tough to remember that when you're not dealing with your own broads. You know what I mean? When you're not dealing with your own woman, you kind of deal with other women differently. But right now, when she in his space, she is his woman. Every woman that come through the door, mine. You understand me? If you bring your woman to visit, if you come visit me and you bring your woman with you, she mine. Now, I ain't saying she mine in the way like I'm a smasher. I'm saying that brow, she under my rules too. She say something crazy to me, nigga, you and your brow can get out. And we ain't even got to be cool no more. You know what I mean? Like, What you got to understand, man, is you cannot allow a low-level broad. When you just describe her as a low-level degenerate broad, you cannot let her pull you down to her level. The level she at, you got to constantly be looking down at her like this. You up here, she down there. She too far down. She can't even hear your words when you're talking to her. So you got to remember this. And listen, man, this is a one-off situation where the camera's on. Goldie felt disrespected by the broad. He was disrespected by the broad. But you got to nip it quicker than you get caught up. You know what I mean? And once a woman start talking crazy, you think about this. If you talking to a fool, you got to stop talking. Because only a fool can talk to a fool. So you can't let a fool pull you into their situation. The same way you can't let a low-down Jezebel broad pull you into her situation, man. Women do this intentionally, with intent. Man, let me tell you something, bro. When a woman calls you a bitch, she calling you that, man, because she knows she can't compete with you in no other way. When she can't get on your level, she want to bring you down to hers. And you just can't let her do it. I don't care what the situation is. You cannot let the woman pull you down to her level. You know what I mean? You just can't do it. But this is the reason why, and I play this to tell y'all, this is why you can't keep the company of this type of broad unless she your broad. If she ain't breaking no bread with you, if you're going to deal with a hoe, man, she better be your hoe bringing you some dough. Otherwise, man, you got to keep them out of your midst. You know what I mean? I get it. Podcast, views, paper come with it. But man, it don't make sense to have these type of broads around you, man, because their goal is to pull you out of frame. That's their goal. Their goal is to pull you out of frame. Man, you never let a broad see you sweat. Never let a broad see you sweat. And so I guarantee you, the things that I'm saying to y'all right now, I guarantee you when young Goldie went back and looked at this, he said these same things to himself. I can guarantee you he said these same things to himself. Because he knows there's a learning experience for all of us. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you it can't happen to me. I'm telling you I stay away from no type of broad so it won't happen to me. Them type of broads right there, man, they just got toxic energy. They don't even try to rein it in. They don't try to control it. They just toxic by default. They can't fix it. They can't not be toxic. Even when they calm, they toxic. Even when they sleep, they toxic. You know what I mean? Man, you just can't do it, dog. You just gotta remember that it is your job to dictate how you are. You can't dictate a broad, man. A broad gonna do what she gonna do. She gonna get riled up. She gonna do all that. Goldie knew she wasn't gonna do that. He knew she wasn't gonna tear up his spot. So there ain't no need to respond to it. Let her say whatever she want to say and watch how stupid a person look when they talking and you ain't saying nothing. So this is not a terrible display. You know what I'm saying? Like, she really did get very, very belligerent. She did get very offensive. So you have the right to respond. You have the right to respond however you're going to respond. But when you get to doing the same thing she doing, when the moment you start going back and forth with a broad, you arguing with her. And we all know the game. You don't argue with no broad. Especially in your shit. Man, in my spot, man, I'm not finna argue. She finna get out. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even deal with the type of women, man. I wouldn't have a woman around me who's so toxic that if I tell her to leave, I ain't going nowhere. I ain't got to leave. I'll tear up everything. Man, I wouldn't have that type of broad around me. So the lesson in all this is not how Goldie responded. It's when you have that type of broad around you anyway, and you ain't got no control over because she ain't your broad, and you ain't in her head. She just come through. You might respond like this. Even BOA, I might respond like this if let me tell y'all something. In this same situation, I can't tell you for a fact that I wouldn't have responded like that because I don't have no broad around that say that type of shit to me. But if she did, I can't tell you how angry I would get. The one emotion that we all struggle with as men when it comes to women is anger. That's the one I don't care how much of a pimp you are, I don't care how much of a G you are, how much of a player you are, we all struggle with anger. Because as men, we already halfway on tilt, just with the natural aggression that's in us. We already halfway on tilt all the time. So the point is, you got to keep these type of bras away from around you, at least for extended periods of time. You got to keep them away from around you, because the energy of this bra, man, she gonna turn into something. You look at pimps. Pimps got all them toxic bras around them, but you know what them bras do? They go out, they be gone all night. They be out all night doing what they do. They come home in the morning, man, they tired, they sleep. He get all that time to himself at night, and then early in the day, he get all that time to himself. Now, in the daytime, when they finally get up and start moving around, man, they ain't really trying to do too much because they know they got to go back to work that night. It's a different scenario. So I just want y'all to understand, you got to be very, very prepared. And you got to understand that life is what you make it in every facet of life, especially when you're dealing with these bras. All right. So we got some more clips, man. Let's get back into this thing, man. We're gonna run it up. With now what we're gonna do, we're gonna watch a series of clips that are gonna support the ideology that Goldie gave in the beginning about these women being degenerates. They are. And it's because we're gonna cover a couple of things that he said, because man, Goldie, he did drop some game in this. So I don't want y'all to think that this is an attack. This is just an example of what happens when you let these bras come around you and you're not prepared to treat her like who she is, like the degenerate she is.